Because you have the same degree.
Yeah.
The one that.
没事，等一下，我这个可能确实。
IP.
More.
Yeah.
Some people eat it.
But in some countries, I think. Honestly, there's no issue. If I doesn't take, if I all can leave like Friday or whatever, I'll just get you done.
Try it.
You don't have to cycle. You can just
After having put in your own stuff on it. But yeah. I don't think that that's necessary, but
I saw a picture of her and I was like, oh fuck. She is really pretty, yeah. Yeah. She's blonde, she's yeah. Aber ja, natürlich. Das Gedankenexperiment, ich finde, es geht darum zu kämpfen irgendwie. So to me.
chin up. I'll probably put it on the ground.